Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Tuesday. It is the 12th of May. And I am back for Chart of the Day video number, look at me, 29. One comment from yesterday said this is the third Chart of the Day number 26 video. So I thought maybe I better go back and look at things and get them straightened out. So this is video number 29. How are you? It is a cloudy, sorry, you're getting the weather report. It's cloudy and cool out today. We're supposed to maybe get some rain. Then the warm front comes in tonight and showers and storms the next 2 days. So, but it's cold. My hands are freezing right now. I hope you had a lovely day yesterday. It was busy here. I think the first time I looked up, it was almost 4 o'clock, and I'm like, where did the day go? That's what happens when you pay bills and do your book work. The time just goes whew, fast. So, I hope you had a good day. Hope you got some stitching done. I did a little bit last night. I put back in what I had ripped out from Saturday night. That's about as far as I got. I was tired, so I went to bed right after 10, and here we are this morning. Chart of the day. Let me back up. I never addressed the chart of the day from Saturday, or the question of the day from Saturday. A lot of you seem to like Beth's Victoria's Garden. I do have more coming because I sold out of the one pattern that I had. Beth even watched the video and was excited that I was featuring that one because she felt like I did, that it hadn't gotten a whole lot of notice, and it's a beautiful design. So I hope those that like it and stitch it enjoy the stitch. And as far as the question of the day, it was regarding Harry Potter and whether you have read the books or not. A lot of you have read the books. Some of you have not read the books but have watched the movies and enjoyed the movies. I've done both. Love them all. So thank you for answering that question. Yesterday's question of the day was about your mother and whether there was a particular food that she made that you enjoyed. And it seems like there was a lot of people. There were some that didn't, but overall most people had something that their mothers made that they really enjoyed and haven't been able to duplicate that. So again, thank you for answering that question. There's a series of books that I read. The author's name is Jana de Leon, I think is how you pronounce the last name. And it's called the Misfortune, M-I-S-S, Fortune series. And I'm on book 17 in the series. It just came out. And I started it last night. It makes me chuckle. It reminds me a lot of the Stephanie Plum novels, but very few like comedies. I don't watch a whole lot of sitcoms on TV because I just don't find them all that funny. And very few movies that are supposed to be comedies do I find funny. The exception to that was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which I did rewatch over the weekend and laughed all the way through it. I wish I had known a Ferris in high school. It might have made it a little more fun. I hated high school. But back to the books, they do make me chuckle. The characters in it there's a couple of old ladies in there that are hilarious, and the premise is there's a CIA assassin who's been compromised, and they have to stick her away and hide her because there's a hit out on her. So they stick her in a little town in Louisiana, which is full of very quirky characters. And love the books. I can't wait until the next one comes out. Trying to make this one last a little longer, so because it's usually a while between books. So if you need to read something, give that a try. Jana de Leon, Misfortune series. What else do I want to tell you? I don't know. Chart of the Day today. It has been a very good seller. It came out at market. It's from the Scarlet House. It's kind of a companion piece to one of her other pieces, so I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's called Seeking Refuge. The saying is so appropriate for this time. When the world seems to be out of control, I find a way to nurture my soul. Seeking refuge with needle and thread, the angst and anxiety no longer I dread. Very appropriate for these times we're living in. The called for fabric is country mocha, which I'm sure is supposed to be vintage country mocha, which we've discussed before. Beautiful fabric. Overdyes. She gives both the overdyes and the DMC conversion. You do need a couple DMC for the overdyed version also. I don't have them in this particular grouping. One of them is black. Y'all know what black looks like. And you need two of those, 2 skeins of black for this design. But there are the colors. I did have to substitute. It calls for Gentle Arts Green with Envy, which I don't have, so I substituted steamed broccoli from Classic Colorworks. And it also calls for Old Hickory, which I just chose Wagon Wheel from Classic Colorworks. And then there's the DMCs, which are pretty close. There's a couple that are a little off, but for the most part, it's pretty close, so either would work well. Not much that needs, her color choices are wonderful. I wouldn't change anything. I did choose a couple other fabrics just in case you can't get your hands on the other. The Vintage Country Mocha is probably gonna, I'm not saying there's a shortage, I'm just saying with the stitch along the Women of the Mayflower that's coming up, that is the called for fabric. So it may take a while longer to get that into your shop if they're out of it, is all I'm saying, because there is going to be a high demand for that. This is Ren from Picture This Plus, so those colors would look good on there. This is a fabric, it's just a Zweigart. I don't want to mean just a Zweigart, but it's not an overdyed at all. It's called Birch, B-U-R-C-H. It's a wonderful neutral. Everything would look good on there. And finally, I have Summer Khaki. These are all 40 counts, by the way, because that is what it's called for, is 40 count. Stitch count is 249 by 183, so it's not teeny tiny. That's Summer Khaki. Everything looks good on there too. It's nice when there's lots of choices, because everybody has a little bit different taste and budget, so it's always nice to be able to offer kind of a wide range. So design size on 40 count is going to be about 12 3/8 by 9 1/8. So little medium size probably. She didn't put as much. This is a companion piece to Can't remember. But you know the one I'm talking about. It had the big, thick border down here. She chopped that down a little bit because I think people weren't wanting to stitch all that fill again. I really like this design. At some point I intend to stitch it. That'll be after I retire. I've got a whole list of things after I retire that I want to stitch. So that's your chart of the day. And then we need to discuss the question of the day. Now I've forgotten what it is. That's twice my brain. Hold on. Duh, it was about Ferris Bueller. That's why I mentioned it. I watched Ferris Bueller over the weekend. One of my all-time favorite movies. It always makes me laugh. Dan sat in his chair and he giggled through the whole thing. And I would have loved to have had Ferris for a friend in high school. I mentioned I just liked high school a lot. I didn't see the point in it. I didn't get why we needed to learn some of the things we were learning. I would have rather have learned life skills, how to balance a checkbook, how to change a tire, how to run a household. Those are the things I think we should have learned in high school and didn't. But that's just me. So my question is, A, have you ever seen Ferris Bueller? Did you enjoy it? And B, did you like high school? I, like I said, did not enjoy it. I know a lot of people do enjoy it, but for me it was not fun. I was so glad to be out of there. I don't have contact with anyone that I graduated with. I did much better in college, and I think part of that was people weren't telling me what to do all the time. I don't like to be told what to do, as if you hadn't guessed that. Yeah, I did much. I went from a CD student in high school to a straight A student in college and nursing school. But again, it was because there weren't as many people telling me what I had to do. I could pick what I wanted to take in college rather than people telling me, well, you have no choice, you have to take this. So I think that was a large part of it. Plus, girls are just mean. Let's face it, girls are mean in high school. I don't know how much we change as we age either, because there's some pretty mean grown-up women out there too. I don't understand why we can't all just be nice. Even you don't have to like everybody, but it doesn't hurt to be at least cordial to everybody. But you still see ugly everywhere. Anyway, that's my question of the day. I did want to those of you who did read Harry Potter, I wanted to ask you a separate question, or those that like that genre. What about the Sword of Shannara series? Have you read that one? Because that's a really good series too. And I also enjoyed the Magician series from Raymond Feist. That was a good series also. Just curious. We're not going to turn this into a book thing, but just curious, because I never hear anyone mention those. So I'm a curious girl. What can I say? I think Ben and Kate. I think Melanie has read Ben and Kate, at least some of the Shannara series. I don't know if she's read the Magician series. Tell me, Ben, Kate, fill me in. I recently learned that Ben and Kate have subscribed to my channel and watch it, so I gotta watch what I say from now on. Yes. Melanie might not be happy with me if I say certain things. So anyway, Ben and Kate, have you read the entire series of Shannara yet, or what book are you on? And the same with the Magician series. Has Mom started reading that to you? That's it for today. that's it for today. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, wait a minute. I do have something else. Dang. I recently discovered that Teresa Kogut is doing a little drawing. I'm not sure if it's once a week or what it is, but she's drawing. She put all the names of shops that are her customers into a hat, so to speak, and each week is drawing a name from that and putting up one of her designs as a chart, that all the proceeds go to the shop. I'm explaining this really bad. Go watch Teresa's video. A design, and all the proceeds go to that shop that she's drawn. And my name was chosen. I never win anything. My name was chosen. I am so honored and thrilled that and excited. It's a really cute design. It's called Girl Boss, which, as you know, I've mentioned, Dan doesn't call me Julie, he calls me Boss, so it's a very appropriate design. And you need to order it from her, not through me, if you wish. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying if you wish, you can order the chart through Teresa at her Etsy store, and then the proceeds through the end of the year will come to Reflections. She's just trying to do what she can to help the cross-stitch stores, because she doesn't want to lose us, and I am so grateful and thankful that she is doing that, not just because I want it, but for all the stores. This is a hard time for everybody, so thank you, Teresa. It was a wonderful, thoughtful, generous gift, and I appreciate it greatly. So check out Teresa's floss tubes, and if you want to order that chart, you do it through her and not through me. And with that, you have a great day. Get lots of stitching done. I'll be back tomorrow for the, what number? For the 30th chart of the day video. Have a great day. I'll take care till next time. Bye-bye.